Former President Trump is heading back to Washington for the first time since leaving office. He's using the investigation into his actions on January 6th as a way to rally his supporters. Huey Burns is in Washington. Caitlin, good morning.
Good morning, Nate. Well, President Trump is expected to headline the America First Agenda Summit here in Washington, where organizers say he's expected to lay out a policy agenda for this year's midterm elections and likely his own political comeback.
Donald Trump returns to Washington in a similar way to how he left it, under a cloud of scrutiny over the attack on the U.S. Capitol.
For 3 hours, the defeated former president of the United States watched it all happen.
New video released by the January 6th committee Monday shows a draft of then-President Trump's speech on January 7th.
Do you recognize the handwriting?
It looks like my father's handwriting.
It says he edited out a directive for the Justice Department to prosecute lawbreakers, as well as a line that read, "The rioters do not represent our movement." The Justice Department's investigation is also heating up, with Mark Short, the former vice president's chief of staff, testifying before a federal grand jury.
I can confirm that I did receive a subpoena for the federal grand jury, and I complied with that subpoena.
The Republican Party is the party of the future.
This comes as other Republicans, including former Vice President Mike Pence, begin to position themselves for their own White House bids in 2024.
I think it's created space now for other Republicans to look their hands over and say, you know what, I'm like Trump, but I'm not Trump. You can vote for me and get all the good without all of the bad.
But Trump isn't deterred, hinting at another presidential campaign.
If I announced that I was not going to run for office, the persecution of Donald Trump would immediately stop. We know that. Everybody knows that. There's no chance I do that. There's just no chance I do that. I can't do that.
Now, Trump is expected to focus his speech today on crime and public safety, which will be key issues in this year's midterm elections. Also slated to be in town today, former Vice President Mike Pence. He's speaking to a conservative student conference. Vlad?
All right, we'll be covering it. Thank you very much, Caitlin. Appreciate it.